State Information Commissioner calls for cooperation for the success of the peace initiative in Zamfara State. Bandits killed 2 health workers, injured 2 others in Zamfara. Governor Tambuwal urges NAS to pass Legion Establishment Bill. On business, CBN says monthly foreign exchange inflow rose to $9.84 billion. On sports, Manchester United is past Wolves in FA Cup 5th round. And on the international scene, 4 children killed in Romania house fire. Welcome to Standard Voice Television News. I am Musa Joy Onyoza. Now the news in full. The managing director of Sky newspaper, Malam Bashir Sanda Gusso, has pledged the newspaper's support to the administration of Governor Bello Mohammed Matawale Maradun. Malam Bashir Sanda made the remarks while receiving the State Commissioner of Information, Alhaji Suleiman Tunau Anka, who visited the newspaper company. The managing director showered his encomium on Governor Bello Matawale for his peace initiatives and reconciliation, which led to improving the peaceful coexistence in the state. Malam Bashir Sanda thanked Governor Bello Matawale for his support and assistance to the newspaper company. He pledged the cooperation, support, and assistance of the newspaper company to the peace initiatives for the progress of the state. In his remarks, the Information Commissioner Alhaji Suleiman Tunau expressed satisfaction with the effort of the newspaper company in informing and educating the people in the present administration's policy and programs. Alhaji Suleiman Tunau enjoined pressmen in the state to always contribute their quote towards the process of the peace initiatives to ensure that peace and tranquility always prevail in the state. The commissioner assured of the state government's continued support and assistance to the newspaper company. Two health workers assigned to Makosa village of Zurumi local government area of Zamfara state for polio vaccine have been shot dead by gunmen. The 2 health workers, whose names were given as Lawali Suleiman and Aliu Mohammed, were on duty supervising a polio vaccination center last Tuesday when a group of armed bandits stormed the village and headed to the center where the immunization was taking place. An indigene of the area who did not disclose his name said the bandits stormed the village around 2:30 p.m. and headed to the primary health center of the village where the polio vaccination was going on and asked everybody to surrender his belongings. The source stated that there was a misunderstanding between the bandits and the health workers because they refused to surrender their handset, which provoked the bandits to open fire on them, killing them instantly. 2 other persons have also sustained various degrees of injuries and were currently hospitalized at Zurumi General Hospital. Confirming the incident, the State Police Public Relations Officer SP Mohammed Shehu said those who launched the attack are part of the recalcitrant bandits who stormed the village with the intention of committing robbery. He lamented the incident, saying the village used to be one of the peaceful areas in the state and assured the villagers that the police would soon fish out those bandits and make them face the wrath of the law. Governor Aminu Waziri Tambuwal of Sokoto State has called on the National Assembly to hasten the process of passing the bill for the amendment of the Nigerian Legion Establishment Act. The bill is aimed at improving the welfare and well-being of the families of the fallen heroes, retired military personnel as well as injured military personnel. The governor, who spoke at this year's commemoration of the 2020 Armed Forces Remembrance Day in Sokoto, said the passing of the bill would provide opportunity to cater for the well-being of the children of fallen heroes and their widows. Governor Aminu Waziri Tambuwal appealed to the National Assembly to do whatever it takes to expeditiously pass the bill so that there would be an improvement in the welfare and well-being of retirees and members of the families of the fallen heroes. He commended the armed forces for their sacrifices in helping to secure and keep the nation as one indivisible entity. Governor Tambuwal solicited for more support to the children and wives of the fallen heroes that paid the supreme prices for the unity and peace of Nigeria. Still on Sokoto State, Governor Aminu Waziri Tambuwal of Sokoto State has approved the appointment of Malam Abdullahi Sarikin Danko as the permanent secretary in the state civil service. Until his appointment, Danko was a senior special assistant to the state governor on media and publicity affairs. Also appointed in the same capacity are Hajia Amina Mohammed Jekada, the incumbent Director General of the State Parks and Gardens. Others appointed are Alhaji Bandado Shehu Bandi, Head of Department of Fine Arts at the Shehu Shagari College of Education, Sokoto, Hussaini S. Gobril, a director under the State Universal Basic Education Board. According to a circular released by the state government, the 4 administrators were recommended for the appointment as a result of the existence of vacancies created within the state establishments which needed to be filled for effective service delivery. The head of service, Dr. Buhari Bello Kwari, stated that experienced and hard-working officers were identified and found worthy for the appointment as permanent secretaries. President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, has congratulated Senator Hope Uzodinma on his victory at the Supreme Court, which on Tuesday declared him the winner of the March 19, 2019 Imo State governorship election. Alhaji Ahmed Lawan also congratulated the All Progressives Congress (APC) in the state for peacefully retrieving its mandate through the constitutionally stipulated judicial process. The Senate President said the unanimous decision of the 7-member panel of the highest court in the land has cleared any doubt on the victory of the APC in the election. The Senate President wished the governor-elect a successful tenure in office and praised the Nigerian judiciary for reasserting itself as a sacred chapel for judicious resolution of disputes. The presidency on Wednesday warned governors who might be allegedly concerning funds meant for their local government areas to desist or face trial after their immunity expired. The senior special assistant to President Muhammadu Buhari on Niger Delta affairs, Senator Ita Iyang, disclosed this via a statement by his chief press secretary, Edet Epiong Etuk. According to Etuk, the presidential aide stated this while featuring on the Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria Network Service Program tagged Issues of the Movement in Abuja. He said that Iyang charged the Accountant General of the Federation and Attorney General of the Federation to monitor the spending of funds allocated to the state in order to rescue government at the grassroots. He cautioned the governors that they would be made to stand trial in accordance with the extant law when their immunity is eventually lifted. The president's aide noted that most of the local government areas' offices have been taken over by WITs, while most of the primary health care centers do not function. adding that nurses that are staying at home and collecting salaries for doing nothing. Katsina State Chairman of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), Salisu Mejigiri, was yesterday invited by the State Police Command and Department of the State Services over alleged plans by the party to take over local government administration following a recent Supreme Court ruling. Alhaji Mejigiri, while confirming the invitation by the security outfits, explained that the PDP was not asking its dissolved members to forcefully take over their former offices. The chairman reaffirmed that they are law-abiding citizens and expressed confidence that the reinstatement of the local government officials will reduce the prevailing insecurity, promote economic growth, and the general well-being of the people. University students, under the auspices of the National Association of University Students, have threatened to petition the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC) to investigate alleged plundering of over 208 billion naira tertiary education trust fund released to the agency by the federal government. The association said the action became expedient to rescue universities from the infrastructural deficit caused by high level of corruption in the utilization of state fund revenues and mismanagement of funds in higher institutions by management. NAUS also lashed out at some amorphous bodies masquerading as civil society organizations, criticizing it over its consistent call for the investigation of State Fund's Executive Secretary, Professor Suleiman Bogoro, over his alleged complicity in the high-level corruption. Speaking with journalists in Ado Ekiti on Tuesday, NAU's National Vice President, Comrade Harrison David Oridiogo, said the body will stage a protest at the EFCC office in Abuja to submit a petition on the expediency of the investigation anytime from now. The NAU's leader said it sounded unfathomable that those branding themselves as CSOs could be protecting those that were alleged of corruption, saying the action has portrayed the coalition asking EFCC not to investigate Professor Bogoro as unscrupulous element who only wanted money for survival at the expense of the Nigerian student. Ari Diogo reiterated his earlier position that probe of the agency was inevitable and that any trick being deployed to sabotage NAU's demand shall be restricted. We'll be right back after this short commercial break. Stay tuned.
Menene amfanin gari idan har babu zaman lafiya?
Mecece jiha idan babu shugaba mai adalci? Mecece rayuwa idan ba yanci?
Me amfanin karatu idan har ba aiki?
Menene mahimmancin zabe idan babu roman demokradiyya?
Menene amfanin tarihi idan har ba za a samu darasi daga cikin sa ba?
Jihar Zamfara da can ta kasance a bar sha'awa. Gashi kuma sansanin noma da kasuwanci.
Gurin da kowa ke sha'awar zuwa. Amma sai abubuwa suka juya.
Amma sai ya kasance yanzu da zarar an ambaci sunan Zamfara, tunanin wata musifa da ko bala'i shine ke darsu a zakatan mutane.
Baki suka daina zuwa, 'yan gari suka fara guduwa. Talauci da tashin hankali suka yi yawa.
Gashi jihar mu mai haske ta dawo ta yi duhu.
Sa'annan mutanen Zamfara sai muka tashi tsaye, muka kama addu'o'i da tuba ga Ubangijinmu.
Sai kuwa Allah ya amsa addu'an mu, sai ya kawo mana matawallan muradi.
Dodon makiya zaman lafiya, dodon talauci, dodon makaryata da masu yaudara.
Me yi kuma dan Allah, me kishin mutane.
Me kuma neman gwamnati ba dan kansa ba.
Cikin kankanin lokaci sai gashi ya dawo mana da hasken Zamfara, amma ta fi yadda take da.
Wannan shi ake nufi da shugaba.
Jarumi ba malalaci ba.
Ma'aikaci ba barawo ba.
Allah ka kare mana zababben gwamna matawalin maradi.
Allah kuma ya ƙara masa lafiya. Allah kuma ya ƙara ɗaukaka.
Wannan saƙo ne daga gwamnatin jihar Zamfara ƙarƙashin jagorancin Bello Muhammad Matawallan Maradun MON kuma bardan ƙasar Hausa.
Welcome back on Business. Jemima Samuel has more detail.
Thank you, Musa Joy. Welcome to Business Desk. Aggregate foreign exchange inflow into the economy amounted to $9.84 billion in November 2019, showing an increase of 7.5% above the level at the end of the preceding month. The Central Bank of Nigeria disclosed in a 2019 economy report on foreign exchange flows that it, however, showed a decrease of 21.1% relative to the level at the end of the corresponding period of 2018. The increase was as a result of 5.8% and 8.5% rise in inflow from the bank autonomous source, respectively. Aggregate foreign exchange outflow from the economy at $4.70 billion fell by 12.2% and 21.3% below the level in its preceding month and the corresponding period of 2018, respectively. The development was attributed mainly to the 12.9% declined outflow through the bank. Inflow through autonomous resource rose by 8.5% to $6.12 billion in November 2019, above the level at the end of October 2019. Outflow from autonomous resource on month-to-month basis fell by 3.9% to $0.99 billion, reflecting a decline in invisible and visible imports. According to the CBN, foreign exchange flows through the economy resulted in a net inflow of $5.14 billion in the review period compared with $3.81 billion and $6.51 billion at the end October 2019 and end November 2018, respectively. The external sector performance improved in review month due to increase in the international price of crude oil by 7.5% to $63.56 dollars barrel. Consequently, aggregate foreign exchange inflow into the Central Bank of Nigeria at $3.72 billion rose by 5.8% above the level in preceding month. It, however, showed a decrease of 53.0% below the level at the end of the corresponding period of 2018. The rise in aggregate foreign exchange inflow into the CBN relative to the corresponding month level was attributed largely to the rise in both oil and non-oil receipts. It stated that aggregate outflow of foreign exchange from the bank fell by 12.9% and 17.3% to $4.31 billion below the level at the end of the preceding month and the corresponding period of 2018, respectively. The development relative to the preceding month's level was attributed mainly to 10.4% and 18.4% decline in interbank utilization and other official payments, respectively. Overall foreign exchange flows through the bank at the end November 2019 resulted in a net outflow of $0.59 billion compared with a net outflow of $1.43 billion in the preceding month. It, however, recorded a net inflow of $2.71 billion when compared with the level in the corresponding period of 2018. And that's all we have on Business Desk today. I am Jemima Samuel. Over to Musa Joy in the studio.
Thank you, Jemima. On sports, Sufyan Abubakar has more detail.
Welcome to the Sports Room. My name is Svtv and as usual I bring the sports updates. Juan Mata scored deep in the second half to eliminate Wolverhampton Wanderers from the FA Cup in a replay played at the Old Trafford Stadium. The game started openly for both sides, with both keepers forced to make brilliant saves from their respective oppositions. Not until late into the second half did Juan Mata broke the deadlock with a delicate chip past Wolverhampton second-choice goalkeeper John Rudy after Anthony Martial played him through. This is the first time United defeat Wolverhampton Wanderers in their previous 5 meetings. And here are the result of the major games played in Europe on Wednesday. Carlisle also lost in a replay at home to Cardiff City 3-4, while AC Milan defeated Spal with 3-0. A game which saw out of form and out of favour striker Christoph Piatek on the score sheet, while Zlatan Ibrahimovic sat on the bench throughout. Juventus defeated Udinese 4-0 in the Coppa Italia, with Cristiano Ronaldo missing out of the match team. Fiorentina surprisingly defeated Atlanta 2-1 in the same competition, while Monaco lost at home to PSG 1-4 in the Ligue 1 of France. And that's all we have on sports.
Thank you, Sufyan. And on the international scene, four young children left alone at home have been killed in a house fire in western Romania, authorities said on Thursday. Firefighters found the bodies of the children at the scene in the city of Timisoara, according to Romania's General Inspectorate for Emergency Situations. The oldest was 6 years old and the youngest just 4 months. Their 14-year-old brother was also in the house and was taken to the hospital to be treated for smoke inhalation, but was otherwise unharmed. A wood-burning stove is thought to have caused the fire during the night of Wednesday to Thursday, according to IGSU. Police have opened a manslaughter inquiry and alerted the Child Protection Authorities. Local media have quoted neighbors of the family as saying they had warned local authorities several times that the children were being neglected by their parents. In the period between 2010 and 2012, 152 children died in fires in Romania, but in 2018 there were just 8 deaths of minors along with 27 injuries. That has been the news from Standard Voice Television. To end the news, a quick look at the major headlines. State Information Commissioner calls for cooperation for the success of the peace initiative in Zamfara State. Bandits killed 2 health workers, injured 2 others in Zamfara. Governor Tambuwal urges NAS to pass Legion Establishment Bill. On business, CBN says monthly foreign exchange inflow rose to $9.84 billion. On sport, Manchester United is past Wolves in FA Cup 5th round. And on the international scene, 4 children killed in Romania house fire. Thanks for watching. I still remain Musa Joy Onyoda. Stay tuned.